Welcome. We'll begin in Balasana in Child's Pose. Shift your hips to your heels, stretching your arms in front of you, bringing your fingertips to touch. Begin to lengthen and extend your breath, breathing in and out the nose. Breathing down into your belly. Your side ribs expand. Exhale slowly and smoothly out the nose. Breathing into your low back, middle back, the back of the heart lifts. Breathing out, relaxing, releasing. Breathing into the hips, the belly, the chest. Breathing out, engaging the pelvic floor, pulling the navel in towards the spine and up. On every inhalation, expanding the lungs like balloons. Every exhalation, constricting the back of the throat, creating a wave-like sound with your breathing. As we begin to flow, try to remember on every exhalation to lift the pelvic floor and pull the belly button in towards the spine, engaging the abs on every exhalation, building strength in your core as we move with serenity and fluidity. Inhale, look forward, coming forward to tabletop, curl the toes under, shift the hips back, spreading the fingers wide, bend the knees deeply, and then straighten the legs, gliding the heels down towards the earth. Broaden across your shoulder blades, bending one knee and then the other, walking out the legs in your first downward dog of the day. Then settle into stillness. Finding even more space and length in your spine by pressing your hips back behind you, pressing actively out of the arms. Inhale, lifting the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, pulling the belly button in towards the spine. Inhale, stretch that right leg. Exhale, lengthening out. Inhale, squeezing the inner thighs toward midline. Exhale, bending the right knee, pulling it in towards your chin. Extending the leg back behind you, then pulling the knee in towards the chin. Round. Extend the leg back behind you, and then bend the knee, and then bring the foot in between the hands. Pivot the left heel down to the mat and lift the arms out and up. Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale your hands to your heart. Inhale, sweeping the palms out and up. Square your hips to the front of the mat. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Sit down deeper. Inhale, lift up out of your lower back. Exhale, get down deeper with that right thigh. Inhale, sweeping the palms up. Find strength in the legs. Exhale, get down with the hips, hands to heart. Find length in the spine, swimming the arms back behind you. Come on the toe mound of the left foot. Pull the right hip back, the left hip forward. Really stretch the arms back behind you, engaging the shoulder blades onto your back body, squeezing the shoulder blades on the spine. Pulling the heart forward. Straightening the left leg more than it's ever been, lifting the back of the kneecap up, and then ground your fingertips to the earth. Straighten the right leg. Parsvottanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward. Exhale, fold. Keeping a micro bend in your right knee. Inhale, find length in the spine. Pull the right hip back. Exhale, lengthen and stretch that left leg. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, folding over the right leg. Squeezing the inner thighs toward one another. Find length in the spine. And exhale, fold over your right leg. Inhale, look forward, come up on the tippy toes of the back foot, and then lift the left foot up towards the sky. Stretch the left leg straight. Bring your hands up to your hips and make sure that your hips are facing down towards the mat, that they're level, and sweep the arms back behind you. Flex the left foot, really kick that left foot back as if you're pressing it into a wall, squeezing the inner thighs toward midline, and then try to gracefully come up to standing, pulling the left shin in towards your chest. Lengthening the tailbone down, relaxing the shoulders down your back, lift the heart. Really squeeze that knee into your chest, and then lift the right arm up to the sky, bringing your right hand to the outside of the left knee. Your left hand to your hip, straighten your right leg, then sweep your left arm behind you. Inhale, find length in the spine, and exhale, twist. Stay here, or you can take your right hand to the outside of the left foot and straighten the leg any amount. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, revolve open to the left. Extend the spine in Parivrtta Hastapanda Kustasana. Exhale, twisting open. On your next exhalation, slowly release the foot, pulling the shin in towards the chest, and release the leg, bringing your hands to your heart. Inhale, sweeping the palms out and up, lift up on your tippy toes. Exhale, gliding the arms down to your side, lower the heels. Inhale, lift up on your toes, lift the arms. Exhale, slowly and smoothly out the nose, lower the arms and the heels, pull the belly in. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, slowly and smoothly out the nose as you lower. Inhale, lift up on your tippy toes. Exhale, slowly lower, pull the pelvic floor up, your belly in. Sit down deep, lift the arms out and up. Exhale, arms down towards your sides, bending the elbows in. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, squeezing the thighs towards one another, bending your elbows down to chest level, sit deep. Inhale, lengthening your tailbone down, pull your low abs in. Exhale, bending the elbows, pulling them down, sit down even deeper. Inhale, find strength in the legs, lift the heart. Exhale, bend the elbows in, sit down deep, weight in your heels. Then straighten the legs, release the head, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine, Ardha. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana, hips directly over heels. Bring the weight now forward onto the balls of the feet and lift your heels up off of the mat. Exhale, lower the heels. Now keep the weight in the balls of the feet as you inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Bringing the weight forward into the balls of the feet, lift the heels up off of the mat. Exhale, fold. Shifting the hips forward so they're directly over the heels. Inhale, lengthen the spine, roll the shoulders down the back. Exhale, fold over your legs, release your head. Inhale, come up on the tippy toes, lift up. Exhale, lower the heels, release the head. Relaxing and releasing out of the low back in this Uttanasana, this forward bend, for a few more breaths. Inhale, relaxing your shoulder blades away from your ears. Exhale, engaging the pelvic floor, pulling the belly in, folding deeper. On your next exhalation, ground the hands and step the right and the left foot back. Shift forward to plank, shoulders directly over your wrists. Engaging the abs, reaching your sitting bones back behind you, reach forward through the crown of the head. Breathe into the warmest part of this situation, building strength in plank pose. On your exhalation, lower your knees all the way down to the mat. Your shoulders are directly over your wrists still. Pull the low abs in so you keep a long spine, no hollow backs here. And we're going to begin to work the shoulders. On your inhale, press the shoulder blades up as if you're kind of rounding the back. And on your exhalation, allow the shoulder blades to hollow, your heart to come down. Inhale, pressing the mat away, press your shoulders up towards the ceiling. Exhale, allow them to fall. Inhale, press the mat away. Exhale, allow the heart to soften down between your hands. Inhale, pressing the mat away, the shoulders up to the sky. Exhale, squeezing the shoulders onto your spine. Then inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold all the way down to the mat, lowering your forehead down to the tops of your hands. Inhale, look forward, stretch the arms, lift the legs. Exhale, swim the arms back. Inhale, stretch forward through the fingertips, back through the toes. Exhale, swimming the arms back, lift up higher. Inhale, find length, stretch. Exhale, swim the arms back, lift up higher. Inhale the arms forward, squeezing inner thighs toward one another. Exhale, swim the arms back, bring your hands by your side waist. Roll your shoulder blades down your back and lift your heart. Really extend back through the toes, finding length through the legs. Squeezing the hips towards one another. Every exhalation, pulling the belly away from the mat. Exhale, release the pose, gliding your forehead down onto the tops of your hands. Breathing deeply and as slowly as possible in and out the nose here. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees back behind you and clasp the outer edges of your ankles or feet. Kick the feet into the hands, lift the heart, lift the chest for Dhanurasana. This is a lovely heart opener. On every inhalation, lift up higher. Exhale, soften slightly. Inhales, lift up higher. Exhales, soften. Opening up the heart, boosting your energy. This is an energy boosting pose. Exhale, release the feet. Press the mat away, shift the hips back, stretch the arms forward in Anahata, releasing out of that low back. Then inhale, glide forward, bring your knees down to the middle of the mat. You can roll your mat up or bring a blanket under your knees. Bring your hands to your low back and press your hips forward so your hips are directly over the knees. You want to keep your hips directly over your knees. If you can do this with reaching back for your heels, either with your toes curled under or flat on the floor, then go back. Once back, press your hips forward even more. Pull the low abs in, lift up out of the low back. No compression in the low back. Lift the heart up towards the sky. Your gaze is either forward or you can relax your head back. Inhale, bring your hands back to your hips, slowly gliding up and shifting your hips down to sit on top of your heels or down between your heels. You can also sit on a bolster or block. Ground your hands to your thighs. Ground your sitting bones down to the earth, grounding your energy here. Then bring your left hand to the outside of the right knee and sweep the right arm behind you. Inhale, lengthen your spine up. Exhale, revolve open. Inhale, switching sides, bringing the right hand to the outside of the left knee and sweeping the left arm behind you. Inhalations find length in the spine. Exhalations revolve open. Releasing the hand, bringing your hands to your thighs, sit up, lift the heart, and exhale, gliding the legs back, straighten the legs, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Spread those fingers wide from one another. Pressing back through the hips, bend the knees to find more length in the spine and re-straighten the legs. Broaden across the shoulders and relax the shoulders down your back away from your ears. Engage the muscles of the quadriceps, the front of your legs. Inhale, lifting the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, pulling the navel into the spine. Inhale, press out through the straight leg. Exhale, squeezing the inner thighs toward one another. Inhale, lengthen more. Exhale, pulling the pelvic floor up, bringing the knee in towards the chin. Inhale, extend the leg up to the sky behind you. Exhale, drawing the knee in towards the nose. Inhale, extend the leg. Straighten it. Exhale, bend the knee in towards the nose. Last time, inhale, stretch that leg straighter than it's ever been. Exhale, bending the knee in towards the nose, release the foot between the hands and pivot the right heel down to the mat. Inhale, sweeping the arms out and up. Exhale, bringing your hands down to your heart, get down with the hips. Revolve your right hip forward so you're squaring your hips off to the top of the mat. Lift up. Exhale, hands to heart, get down with the hips. Inhale, lift up out of the low back, look up, go back. Exhale, hands to heart, get down deep with that left thigh. Inhale, sweeping the palms out and up, look up. Exhale, get down with the hips, hands to heart. Then lengthen your spine. Come onto the toe mound of the right foot and sweep your arms behind you. Really straighten that right leg, lifting the back of your right kneecap up towards the sky. Pull the left hip back, the right hip forward so that your left knee is directly over the ankle. Squeeze the shoulder blades onto the spine, pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Pressing your heart forward, release the hands. Shorten your stance and straighten the left leg for Parsvottanasana. Inhale, find length in the spine, pull the left hip back. Exhale, fold over the left leg, micro bend in the left knee to protect the knee joint. Ground down also into the inside edge of your left foot, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, shoulder blades down and back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward, come up onto the tippy toes of the right foot. Then lift your right heel up to the sky. Bring your hands to your hips for Virabhadrasana 3. Square the hips to the floor. Then really kick and flex through that right foot as if you're pressing the right foot into a wall behind you. Create a long line here from the crown of the head all the way out through the heel of the right foot. Squeeze the inner thighs toward midline, and every exhalation engaging the pelvic floor, pulling the belly in. Then as gracefully as you can, pull the right knee in towards your chest. Straighten the left leg, press evenly through all four corners of the left foot. Squeezing that right knee even closer in towards your chest and lengthening your tailbone down towards your heel. We're finding length in the spine before we twist. Now bring your left hand to the outside of the right knee and extend the right hand to your hip and then back behind you. Lift up through the crown of the head, lengthen your tailbone down towards your heel. Either stay here or take your hand to the outside edge of the foot and straighten the leg any amount. Straighten your left leg, lift up, exhale, revolve open towards the right. And if you fall out, so what? Come back, give it your all. Every day is different. Sometimes poses like this are easy, and sometimes our balance is shaky. Bend your knee, pull it into your chest. And on your next exhalation, release the foot. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, sweeping the palms out and up, lift up on those tippy toes. Exhale, lower the heels, hands to your heart. Inhale, sweeping the palms out and up, lift up on your toes. Exhale, hands to heart. Make your breath loud here. Inhale, sweeping the arm up to the sky. Exhale, sweeping it across your body and back around towards your right hip. Inhale the left arm up to the sky. Exhale, sweeping it across the body and around towards your hip. Inhale the right arm across your body and up. Exhale, releasing it, swimming it back behind you and around to your right hip. Increasing the mobility of our shoulders here. Inhale, sweeping your left arm up. Exhale, releasing it back behind you, opening the left side of the chest. Rolling your right shoulder now way forward, up, around, and back. Rolling your left shoulder way forward, up, around, and back. Lift the heart, bringing your feet forward to the edges of your mat. Hands to heart, sit down deep. You can bring your elbows now to your thighs, grounding down into the heels, long spine here. Building some fire in the lower body. Inhale into your belly, your sideways, the heart expands. Exhale as slowly and smoothly out the nose as you can. Inhale into the low back, the middle back, the back of the heart expands. Exhale, extend the legs. Inhale, swimming the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Bringing your legs now together. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, hands down the midline of your body, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine, roll your shoulders down your back, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting up on the toes, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lower the heels, fold. Relaxing in Uttanasana for 5 deep breaths in and out the nose here. Either stay here, you can grab onto your big toes. Inhale, lengthen the spine, really bring the weight forward into the mounds of the feet, out of the heels. So you can bring your hips more forward. And then exhale, fold, relaxing your shoulders, up your spine away from your ears. Step the right leg way back behind you, preparing for Prasarita Padottanasana. Angle your toes in and your heels slightly out. Bring your hands in line with your feet. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, shoulders down the back. Exhale, fold, pulling the belly in and up. Inhale, find length. Bring your weight forward. Exhale, revolving your inner thighs back behind you. Then you can bring your hands to the outer edges of your foot or to your big toes. Inhales, find length in the spine, and exhales, fold deeper. Engage the legs, wrapping muscle to bone, pulling energy up the legs so you can lengthen out of the low back, lengthen the spine, fold deeper. On your next exhalation, release hold of the feet. Walk your hands over to the right leg. And then sweep the back leg forward to meet the other and sit down. Shift yourself back on the mat and straighten the legs. Ground down into the sitting bones, lift the arms. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale, find more length. And exhale, using the belly to pull you deeper, not your arms. Pressing your hamstrings down into the mat and back behind you. Inhale, find more length out of the lower back, and exhale. Now release your hands to your shins or your feet. Every inhalation, lengthen the spine, look forward. Every exhalation, engage the pelvic floor, use the belly to fold you deeper into the pose. Release the shoulders away from the ears in Paschimottanasana, relaxing deeper and deeper into this pose on every exhalation. Inhale, glide up to sitting with a tall spine. And then bring your feet together and open your feet like a book for Baddha Konasana. Allowing your knees to stretch out to either side, fold forward any amount. Now straighten your legs, preparing for Upavista Konasana. Come forward, finding your edge, flexing your toes, making sure your toes point straight up towards the sky. Then lengthen out of your low back, folding forward any amount with a long spine. Walking your fingertips forward or coming down onto the forearms. In your own time, perhaps bringing your forehead down onto the tops of the hands, or your cheek to the floor and your arms out towards your feet. On your next inhalation, slowly rise back up. Bend your knees. Shifting your legs around so you can bring your left leg back behind you, straightening the right leg. If Hanumanasana is part of your practice, coming down into Hanumanasana. Otherwise, you can bring your left knee directly under the left hip, straightening the right leg and folding forward over that leg. Every inhalation finding length in the spine, every exhalation folding. If you're almost down in Hanumanasana, you can have your hands up on blocks. Every inhalation finding lift, engaging. Every exhalation melting deeper. So coming up away from your edge on your inhalation, on your exhalation, melting deeper into the pose. Never forcing, only allowing ourselves to love ourselves open. If you're down in Hanumanasana, folding forward, you can take your left hand to the outside of the right foot, your right arm behind you for a delicious little twist. Inhale, rise back up, and we'll switch sides, bringing your right knee back, shifting your left leg forward. You can bring your right hip directly over the right knee, extend the left leg, and fold forward here. Or begin to walk your legs out any amount. You can come up on blocks either side your hips or up on your fingertips. Inhales lifting up, exhales melting deeper. Loving yourself open, never forcing down. Inhale, stretching the arms up if you're down in Hanumanasana, going back, lifting up out of the low back, lift the heart. Stretching that right psoas, and exhale, folding forward. You can bring your right hand to the outside of the left foot, the left arm behind you for a lovely little twist here. Really pressing down into the right leg. Your body likes to escape the work by rolling more onto the left leg, so counteract this. Inhale, lift back up. And exhale, gliding your hips directly under your knees. Shifting now your right knee towards your right wrist. Shift the hips back. You can bring a rolled up blanket underneath your hips. Lift up, squaring your hips really to the front of the mat. And then melting the hips down. So if you're outside like I am and you don't have any props, you want to come forward. Lift the hips so they're square, coming on your fingertips, and perhaps you can lower down on your forearms, keeping your hips raised. Keeping your spine long, giving weight into your forearms so you don't damage your right knee joint. You don't want all of the weight on that right knee joint. With time, with your breath, as you breathe your breath down to circulate around that right hip, it's going to open and your hips will release and melt down to the floor. When both of your hips are down to the floor, then you can extend your arms out in front of you, perhaps, and lower your forehead down to the mat. Everyone's body is different from day to day, from season to season. Sometimes I can come straight down, and sometimes I need to stay up on the forearms the entire time. Listen to what your body's telling you, and don't judge. Inhale, slowly rise up like you're moving through honey. And then bend the left leg, reach back for the left foot. Look forward, come up on the right fingertips. If you can, stay here. Otherwise, if you want to go deeper, you can bring that foot to the crook of your left elbow. Lift the right arm. If you want to go even deeper, bend the right elbow and clasp the fingers. Lifting the heart, lifting your gaze skyward. I love this pose so much. Choose to feel beautiful in this pose, or choose to feel powerful. Find a word that resonates with you, makes you feel good. Release the pose. Let's slowly shift the legs back, straighten the legs, shifting the hips, and then bring the left knee towards the left wrist, shifting the hips back, coming up on the fingertips, squaring the hips to the front of the mat. And then lowering down perhaps onto the fingertips or the elbows. Really pull that left hip back, that right hip forward so they're square to the front of the mat. Keep a long spine and breathe into the left hip. Your body will want to escape the work by rolling towards the left hip, so counteract this by really pressing into the whole long line of the right leg. In your own time, if your hips melt all the way down to the floor and are still square to the top of the mat, then extend the arms forward and release the forehead down to the mat. Sometimes this happens on one side and not the other, and that's fine. Deepen your breath here in Ekapada Raja Kapotasana, making your breath fluid, slow, and deep. Inhale, rise back up and bend your right knee. Perhaps this is as far as you go, or you can grab the inside of your right foot. This could be your pose. Or glide your foot to the crook of your arm, sweep your left arm up. This could be your pose. Or clasp the fingertips. Lift the heart, lift up out of the low back. Make sure you're not compressing the low back. On your next exhalation, release the pose and glide your left knee back to meet the right, spreading your fingers wide and beginning to fluidly flow the hips in circles, or finding a movement in your body that feels good to you. Releasing any tension, perhaps taking a pose that you want to here. When you are ready, shift your hips to your heels and lower your forehead down in Balasana. Take a deep breath into your belly, low ribs, the chest expands. Exhale, gliding the shoulders down the back, away from the ears. Inhale into the low back, middle back, the back of the heart expands. Exhale, growing heavy, relaxed, still. Look forward, shift forward onto your belly for Sphinx pose. Your elbows directly under your shoulders, spread your fingers wide, engaging the muscles of the legs so the kneecaps lift up away from the mat. Pull your heart forward between your hands and glide your shoulder blades along your spine down. Lift your belly up away from the mat, pressing the hip points down. Breathing smoothly, deeply here. Tuck your chin into your chest and press the hips back. Sit down to the inside of the right heel and bring the left foot down flat onto the mat. Your fingertips point towards your hips. Lift your hips up, feeling a nice stretch through your entire right quadricep. Lift the heart. If you want a deeper stretch, you can lower down onto your forearms, lifting your heart and hips up towards the sky. On your next exhalation, lower the hips and smoothly switch sides, bringing your right foot down to the mat, sitting down to the inside of the left heel. Press into the hands and lift the hips up. If this is enough stretch, stay here. If you need more of a stretch, lower down onto your elbows and lift your heart and your hips up towards the sky. Release the pose, straighten your legs out, shifting down onto your back one vertebrae at a time. Bring your heels straight up to the sky right above your hips. And we're going to do some passive core work here, my favorite kind. Every inhalation, expanding your belly up towards the sky. Every exhalation, pulling your belly button down towards the spine, flattening your stomach. Inhales, you expand your belly huge up towards the sky. Exhalations, flattening your stomach, pulling your navel down towards the mat. If this pose becomes too much, you can bend your knees into your chest and then re-extend your legs when you're ready. You can now slowly, ever so slowly, begin to lower your legs all the way down to the mat. Then roll your shoulder blades underneath you and bring your feet together to touch in a wide V. Opening the heart here, allowing the hips to passively open. On your next exhalation, straighten your legs out in front of you and relax into Shavasana. Gently roll over onto your side, taking one deep breath here, and on your exhalation, pressing down into the left hand, gliding up to sitting with an easy seat and a tall spine. Bring your hands to your heart. We'll finish today's practice with a 5-minute meditation. Open your hands out in front of your heart. Close your eyes, sit with a tall spine, relax your forehead and your jaw. Begin to visualize a warm golden light building at your heart center. On your inhalation, this warm golden light flows from your heart out onto your hands. On your exhalation, the warm golden light flows up to the top of your head, over and through your entire body, down to the bottoms of your feet. Inhale, the warm golden light flows from the heart onto the hands. Exhale, the light flows over you like a shower, over and through your entire body. Inhale the light out of your heart onto your hands. Exhale the healing, warm golden light over and through your body. Continue this visualization on your own. I'll mind the time and let you know when the meditation is finished. Inhale warm golden light from the heart to the hands. Exhale, the light washes over and through your entire body from the crown all the way down to the tips of your toes. Slowly begin to close your hands together in prayer at your heart, bowing your head in towards your heart. Take a moment to send warm, golden healing light out to someone you love. Then bring your hands up to your forehead and extend your fingertips out in front of you, grounding your energy, releasing tension out of the low back. Inhale, lift back up, hands to heart. Wishing you radiant health and joy. Namaste.